Hello, my friends. Hello, it's Matthew Street, and welcome to my channel. As always, I appreciate you being here, folks. And folks, this might not be for the squeamish, especially when it comes to the Beatles, because this is going to be a little bit of a rant session when it comes to the Beatles. Just a little bit, okay? Allow me a little bit here. Just a few things going on in the world of the Beatles that's been on my mind lately, and I was just going to kind of keep it to myself. I said, some of this stuff's bugging me a little bit, so I just want to get it out there to you all. Don't take me too serious, folks. You know I love the Beatles. I mean, come on. I've been a fan since I was a little kid. But there's a couple of things in their universe that have been irking me a little bit. And now there's some good things. Let me start with some of the good things. Okay, we're all pretty excited about the brand new last final Beatles song coming later this year. We don't know what type of project it's going to be attached to. We're hoping, based on the recent news we got not too long ago from Sean Lennon and some other sources, don't have any fears. They're not going to magically create a fake John Lennon voice. It's all going to be natural. They're just going to use AI to clean it up a little bit and enhance things. George is going to be on the recording, Paul and Ringo naturally. So there's hope for this. Now, the song itself, I have to be honest with you, I've heard the demos and some of the fan-made versions of this song now and then, and I have to admit, what I've heard doesn't impress me because it is a little bit of a dirge, okay? If we want to be honest about it, it's a dirge, okay? So let's hope that, like they did with Real Love, which is the better of the original two songs, in my opinion, hoping they can spice it up, make it a little more snappy, make it a little more tasty for us Beatle fans. So let's have good hope, fingers crossed that now and then the final Beatles song later this year will be great when we'll love it. And hopefully it's attached to a great project, either an updated anthology or some other type of new project we're not even aware of. And we've had some good stuff over the last month or year or so with the Beatles, with that brand new 1963 recording at the Stowe School. And let's be honest, a year ago, in 2022, we got this great set, all right? We got the latest in the edition of Beatles, Beatles box sets with Revolver. All right, continuing the series. After we got through Let It Be, we weren't sure what direction they were going to go in, and they went with Revolver. And we can only assume that hopefully, is this new Beatles song going to mess things up? We don't know. But if they stay on track, will we be getting the Rubber Soul Super Deluxe box set remix at the end of the year? Or are they going to jump back to like an earlier Beatles album? We don't know. I've always maintained that I think it's going to be Rubber Soul will be the next one. We'll see, right? We'll see what happens. So there's some good news and positive things happening in the world of the Beatles. But when it comes to the four solo Beatles, I've got some gripes, folks. I got some bitches here, so to speak, okay? A little bit of ranting. The first is with Paul McCartney. Now, I know we just recently got the brand new book from Paul, 1964, Eyes of the Storm. Okay, real nice book, which I received as a gift. I showed you and talked about that. And of course, Paul, the salesman and marketer, he used the opportunity to promote his book by announcing the brand new final Beatles song coming later this year, drawing the spotlight to himself. And I don't blame him. Okay, he wanted to make sales of the book. I get it. But that's typical Paul. Whenever he has something coming out, he's always got to throw a little tidbit or a little morsel out there to kind of get pique people's interest, to get them involved. And I get it. Okay. So we got that from Paul. That's nice. And then about a year or so ago, and I didn't buy it because, let's be honest, those that did buy it, God bless you, but it's probably sitting on your shelf with a half an inch of dust on it right now. But about a year or so ago, we got the Paul McCartney 7-inch singles box set in the crate, the wooden crate with the red straps on it and all that stuff. And I'm happy for everybody who got it, but there was no way I was going to spend the money on that thing when I have most of the original singles. And you know what? I could get a fan club only issue like this and have them all. So no thanks on the box set for me. But that was about a year ago, and that was nice to have. But but my question with Paul is, Paul, where's the next archive set? Okay, how long has it been since we got the last one? Years. It's been years, folks. What is going on with it? Does anyone have an update? Have we gotten the definitive word that this whole project is now defunct, over, dead in the water? Or are we going to be getting another Super Deluxe archive set from Paul McCartney? Are we going to get Back to the Egg? Are we going to get London Town? Are we going to get some of the later albums? What's going on here? All right, that's what I want to know. Okay, so I'm not really happy with the Paul camp in the sense that, okay, 7-inch box set, okay, the book, great. What about the archives? What's going on with that? Okay, that's my complaint with Paul. Now, Ringo, we got some good news. Okay, we have the the Zoom In EP we got back in 2021, and then we got the Change the World, which wasn't as good in 2021, and he made a little comeback with this one, EP3, which I thought was pretty good in 2022, and now we get word that Ringo is going to be issuing 3 more EPs, but I thought he said in the original news that it would be this year, meaning 2023, and we're in July, folks, and I have not heard yet of getting the first EP from Ringo. So maybe that's going to be pushed back a little bit into later 2023, going into 2024. I don't know. He's been busy with a spring tour, doing some shows in the springtime recently. So we'll see how that goes. Allegedly, one of these EPs is going to be a country-related EP. One's working with Linda Perry. So there's hope here on the Ringo front. But my bitch with Ringo, my complaint with Ringo is, Ringo, are we ever going to see a super deluxe remix, whatever, bonus extras of your famous, probably most famous album, the Ringo album from 1973? Are we going to see it, Ringo? I mean, I don't think we are. I mean, it's 2023 now. This would have been the perfect year to do something with this album on its 50th anniversary, and it doesn't look like it's happening. But again, I could be proven wrong with a lot of these things I'm complaining about. Perhaps we'll get news tomorrow that these things are happening. I don't know. But anyway, that's my little complaint with Ringo. We never did get a proper release on that 73 Ringo album, and I think it should have been honored. It's one of the few, if only, Ringo album that you could really give it that kind of treatment, really put the spotlight on it and drum up some sales, I think, is with this album right here. And to me, that's a missed opportunity that they didn't jump on board. All right, John Lennon. Let's complain and talk about John Lennon a little bit. Now, yeah, we did back in 2018. 5 years ago, we got this beautiful deluxe, super deluxe box set in many different formats of Imagine. And then back in, what year was it? I want to say it was 2020, we got this. Yeah, 2020, we got the Gimme Some Truth remixes. Beautiful set. You could get it on vinyl. You could get it on this super deluxe CD box set. Beautiful set. I love the sound on this. And that gave me hope. So we got Imagine. And then a couple of years later, we got the Gimme Some Truth set. And then we got this beautiful set. Beautiful, beautiful in 2021. But it's been 2 years, folks. Plastic Ono Band came out in this beautiful box, super deluxe vinyl, different formats. It's a beautiful, beautiful set. So we got a third beautiful set from John within a few years. And I loved it. But, folks, that was 2 years ago. And we didn't get anything for some time in New York City, which may be understandable. Maybe there'd be zero interest in that one. I don't know. I think the Beatles and Lennon fans would have jumped on board, something like that, a super deluxe or a reissue, maybe with more material added to it to spice it up a little more. I think more people might have jumped on that. That was a missed opportunity in 2022. And now here we are, over halfway through just about with 2023. No talk of a Mind Games super deluxe or a box set like these box sets. Nothing. I haven't heard anything. Again, tomorrow we could get the big news from Sean Lennon and the Lennon estate. It's coming. Great. But no sometime in New York City. And as of right now, no Mind Games. I mean, next year would be the 50th on Walls and Bridges. Is that going to be bypassed as well? I mean, are they done after Plastic Ono Band and Gimme Some Truth and Imagine? We're done. No more. We're going to get nothing else from the Lennon estate of that nature. Who knows? Okay. So I'm a little disappointed in that too. I don't mean this to be a negative video, folks. I'm just telling you, if you're a Beatles fan And the excitement we've had over the last 10 years or more with some of the great releases that have come out for the Beatles, for the solo Beatles, with all these different things, it has been disappointing the last couple of years with the lack of new projects, new things being pushed forward for the individual Beatles and as a group. Other than, yeah, we're getting the deluxes on these albums, but I think they could be doing more with other things too. Shea Stadium, Star Club, you know, that kind of stuff. And I do appreciate and was very grateful before the Revolver release a year previous when we did get the great Peter Jackson Get Back film. I mean, that was all like anthology level excitement to get the Get Back film and then the affiliated Let It Be Super Deluxe box set. That was great. But hey, I hate to use the term, but what have you done for me lately? You know, let's keep it going. And the biggest disappointment for me of all has been the George Harrison estate. They have really bummed me out, man. I'm telling you. How long has it been since we got this? 2021, we got the All Things, 2 years since we got All Things Must Pass. And we understood it was a little late because of COVID and all what was going on in 2020, so they delayed it till 2021. Many people got that $1,000 wood crate of the super duper Uber George Harrison Deluxe. I didn't go that route. I ordered the Super Deluxe box set on CD and was very disappointed with this thing. The contents are great, but the box itself, I did a video about it. Go see my rant about that. This thing is cheesy, a lousy. I mean, look at the box set on this size compared to this thing. Even like something like the Lennon one, you know, beautiful. Look at this little thing. I mean, it's just this is a travesty. This is an embarrassment for a Super Deluxe box set. But it is what it is. I wasn't going to foot the bill for that big wooden Uber duper super crate, and but it's disappointing because they made such a big spotlight on this album, but. You know, come on, Harrison Estate. What else you got for us? Okay, we're going to get Living in the Material World. It is 1973, 2023, 50 years. Nothing? All right, I guess we're not getting that. Maybe it's coming. Like I said, tomorrow we could get the notification, but as of yet, we got this 2 years ago, and that's it. No talk of any special George Harrison projects or things coming out. So maybe I'm being a downer, folks, but I'm just telling you, I just think, you know, you got a few little highlights here and there. We got the Ringo EPs to look forward to. And we got, well, you know, maybe Paul's got something coming down the pike, who knows? Or we got the Beatles Now and Then final song coming attached to some kind of project, we hope. Maybe that will be cool. And are we getting Rubber Soul Super Deluxe? Are we getting any more Paul archives? We don't know. Apparently, we're not getting any Ringo 1973 Ringo album deluxe, but we're getting some EPs. Nothing from the John Lennon camp that I'm aware of. Nothing from the George Harrison camp that I'm aware of. I mean, you can fill me in if I'm wrong, but I mean, it's just like things are kind of in a lull right now, I think. And that's it. So it's in a lull, and I need content, something to do, something to talk about. So I'm here to bitch and moan about the Beatles, okay? So sue me, okay? But yeah, folks, I hope we have some, you know, I'm excited about some things, but a little disappointed with some other things. That's it, folks. Just a reason to make a video today and talk about the Beatles for good or for bad, right? Love you all. Bye-bye.